Hi guys, today we're going to talk to you about how we got ourselves to a 60% plus savings rate per month. My name's Ken.
And I'm Mary.
Of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. And what we do on this channel is to give you the tips, hacks and insights for you to become financially independent one day and live a life of money joy. So we're going to jump straight in and kind of talk about our savings rate.
Okay.
Right, where should we start?
Food.
That's a good choice, food. Right, so we've got our notes here just to make sure we don't forget some of these savings. But the key thing to make sure we mention though is that saving money is only one part of the equation. So the other part of the equation is actually making more money. And so we're going to use this video to talk about the savings element, and then on a different video we're going to talk about the various ways we make money to kind of help to boost that savings rate.
Okay. So we shop at Aldi rather than the largest supermarkets. And one of the things we do in Aldi is that we buy own branded products. So things like the cereals and the baked beans, it's all Aldi branded. We also now and again buy things in bulk from local shops such as rice, pulses, lentils, to keep the costs low.
Yep.
We buy on a plant-based diet, so we don't buy any red meat, we don't really buy any fish, and that also helps to keep costs low.
More for lifestyle reasons.
It's more for lifestyle reasons, but as a result, it brings down the cost of the food.
Yep.
I did a YouTube video recently, so we'll link it down below.
Yeah.
And YouTube video was basically how we live well on £50 a week food budget. So do check it out for some hints and tips.
Cool. How much do we save from doing all that
Right,
stuff?
so from doing all of that, we make a total saving of £240 a month.
Super. Right, so on food as well, the other thing we do is when we cook food at night, we tend to take them for packed lunches for work. So 4 out of 5 times on average we take food from home to work. And that typically saves us £5 a day, so by estimate for me and Mary, about £160 a month on lunch savings. So we're going to talk cars, because cars represent a big part of people's expenses each month. And a lot of the time, we're talking about expenses that people really don't notice. So kind of ongoing expenses, insurance and things like that. So what do we do? So we drive an electric car, so a Nissan Leaf that we bought second hand. It's a 2013 Nissan Leaf, and that car has been possibly the best thing, one of the best things we've ever bought, because we went from spending around £160 a month on only diesel to now spending in total about £28 per month. And with that car we don't pay any road tax, as people have to do in the UK, and we don't pay any kind of congestion charge for driving into central London. And the car's just such an amazing kind of delight to drive, and we absolutely enjoy it. For doing that, we save a great deal. We save about £250 a month when you add up all the savings from fuel savings to tax savings and so on.
Okay, so another thing that we do is that we negotiate and seek better deals. So things like car insurance, home insurance, we pay annually as opposed to monthly. And we also go on price comparison sites. We just bargain hunt for the cheapest deal. And as a result, we usually save around £100 a month.
That's fantastic. Right, so let's now talk about the home, right? So our home is probably the most expensive thing that we typically purchase in our lifetimes. So let's go into kind of how we save money around the home. We did a video recently, which I'll share in the link below, on how we became mortgage free in 7 years. And that has played a huge role in terms of our savings rate being so high as well. So we're going to talk about what we did to be able to do that. So one is that we started making overpayments right from the very get-go. So as we took that mortgage out, we were making overpayments monthly. Anything from £500 to £1,000 in overpayments for monies we were making from side hustles and things like that. And I worked out that the interest we saved from doing that ranged from anything between £400 and £500 on average, which is a huge saving for us.
So another thing, guys, is we had 0 TV packages at home. So we don't have Sky, we don't have Netflix. We save around, 2 hours a day that we could spend sitting down, watching TV.
Being
we
productive.
do other productive things, such as working on Humble Penny. And as a result, we make a saving of about £50 a month.
Yeah, I think the thing about the TV saving as well is that it's not just the money saving, it's also the time saving.
Yeah.
There's also what it does on your kind of mindset and your kind of state of mind and being and stuff like that. So the fact that you're spending a lot more time being more creative for us has had a huge impact in that we're making a lot more money as a result of doing that rather than actually wasting time and wasting money from kind of just watching TV. Okay, so let's talk experiences. So things like gym memberships, for example. Our friends typically pay on average anything between £50 and £100 a month for their gym memberships. In fact, I know people who are paying a lot more than that for specialist gyms. So we don't have gym memberships anymore. We did, and instead what we do is we do lots of walks. We track our steps and things, and that's been fantastic for us for saving money from having a gym membership. So typically we would have expected to pay between £75 and £80 each month. In fact, that's what we used to pay. But now we save around £150 per month by just not having a gym membership and instead going out there and exercising for free.
So guys, when it comes to eating out, I'd say that we eat out less per month now. When we first started dating and our early stages of marriage, we were eating out every week in a kind of the most expensive restaurants, and kind of it got to the point where we thought, you know what, like we can do this, we can replicate this at home. Just get a really nice takeaway, and we don't really miss anything.
Or even just go to the supermarket and buy the food and make some stuff at home. And then once in a while go out and maybe have a meal out, isn't it?
Yeah, so we do go out, and if we do, then we look at discount codes online. There are times when we stumble in a restaurant just because we go there after a night out, and we literally jump on our phones, go online and see any discount codes we can find. We tend to, if we did want to eat out, we might just eat off peak, so they do a lot of deals on a Thursday as opposed to a Friday. And so we make good use of that too.
Yeah, and sometimes we do afternoons as well, so rather than have dinners, you can have lunches, because those tend to be quite cost effective. So Mary might come into central London, for example, and meet me for a lunch instead of a dinner, because they tend to be a lot cheaper than actually kind of having dinners. Right? In terms of experiences, so we talk about events, for example. So we always look for free events where possible. So websites such as Time Out, Eventbrite, usually have events that people tend to ignore most of the time, but exist day after day in kind of the major cities around, in London, for example. So we use those websites and we search for events. What we also do, which is really handy as a family, is we tend to drive our car, as I've mentioned before, the electric car into central London, and we park for free and we go to the museums in London, most of which are free pretty much, if not all of them. I think they're all free. And actually you got the odd that you pay for. But we tend to go and enjoy those, and it's fantastic way to have a family day out, as well as to save money really. And we take sandwiches as well, which is sometimes, which is just amazing, because you can drive into London Park and just have some fun.
Right, so holidays. We've started exploring holidays in the UK now, and such as Centre Parks, which is the last one we went to, and we absolutely loved it. So definitely we're making more use of local destinations as opposed to abroad. Yeah,
the thing about UK holidays is that if you're not careful, holidays in the UK could actually cost a lot more than holidays abroad. So you really do have to choose what you're doing and where you're going. But we found that somewhere like Centre Parks, for example, with a big family, was really, really cost effective for a short weekend away. For long haul type holidays, so what we tend to do is we do one UK holiday and typically aim for one holiday abroad. I know we've been known in the past to actually blow in that because we love travelling. But when we talk about holidays abroad, we tend to do mostly Europe, and the hack there is that we do travel rewards. So we use Amex to collect points. I'll put a link below so you can see which one we're using. And what we do with that is we collect points from pretty much everywhere we can. So if a family member's buying something really expensive, we tend to just put it through on our card, and then they just pay that card off. If we're buying significant things that we've planned for, we do the same thing on the card as well. And we do referrals to friends. So lots and lots of our friends are kind of doing a similar thing to we're doing. And when we refer these things, we get kind of referral Avios points, that we also use for these long haul flights. And savings that have come from travelling have come to around £150 per month, which has been fantastic.
All right, guys, so clothing. So with kids, you know how quickly they grow out of clothes,
Yeah.
and it can be quite expensive.
Very expensive.
Just clothing them. But what we found was that we have, for example, our boys are blessed with so many cousins, older
Yeah.
cousins, and they literally get very good quality clothes handed down to them, as well as trainers, shoes, and likewise we hand down our clothes to our cousins and friends and family.
Yeah, the thing you find is, I mean, Mary said good quality clothes. And we're talking things like Ralph Lauren. I mean, they've got some cousins who just wear some really expensive clothes. And when they pass these things on, they look way better than you'd expect for second-hand clothing. And our kids actually think, that we buy these things from the shops. I know, I'm not meant to say that there. But it's just amazing because the clothes are in good condition and what have you. And we really enjoy taking on, we don't mind, to be honest, taking on second-hand clothing. And for me and Mary, it might look like we shop, but really and truly, we don't. So you notice I wear a lot of plain t-shirts and things like that are super cheap. But I wear them because most people don't notice that I'm really kind of wearing the same things again, which is fantastic for me because there are days and years gone by when I buy really expensive clothes. It's such a waste of money, such a waste. So on average, we reckon we save around £100 a month from just taking second-hand stuff as well as just deferring the gratification, just not spending on clothes, basically. So about £100 a month on savings for clothes. In just those examples we mentioned, we've saved about £1,700 to £1,800 per month, just from kind of watching our expenses and making sure we're not spending where we don't need to spend. The other part to this savings rate, which is so critical, is making more money. And for us, that part is really the most exciting part because we just love the idea of putting our creative skills to good use. For example, making these YouTube videos as a side hustle, running the Humble Penny, whether on YouTube or on our blog as a side hustle, and all the other various activities we get up to make extra money are all things that help to boost that savings rate. So we're gonna, in order not to make this video too long, we're gonna just leave that bit and do it on a different video so you can get the full kind of detail on kind of how we make money from different other different sources and how that helps us to boost our savings rate.
So guys, there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this video.
This is our first video together. We're really excited to have done it. To be on screen together making these videos for us is really exciting. We'd love to hear from you actually to know, how are you saving money? How are you boosting your savings rate? What is your savings rate? We'd actually like to know that. Please let us know in the comments below. What are you currently saving? What's the percentage of your disposable income are you saving each month? And if you enjoyed that, we'd love to know what tips you might be able to implement in your own life. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Do like our video and please make sure you come back.
Great, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Yep, super. Take care.
Take
See
care,
you guys.
Bye. We buy store-owned brands. Sorry. Okay.
This channel is to give you the tips, hacks and insights for you to... Sorry.
It's right.